All right, question number 17. So question number 17, guys, is a question you guys have seen before. You've seen it a few times already. All right. So the question reads, a new car is purchased for $15,300. The value of the car depreciates at 14.25% per year. What will be the value of the car, or what will the value of the car be to the nearest cent after 6 years? Anytime that you see some initial amount that's changing over some period of time by some percentage, right? You know that you're going to be using the general form for an exponential equation, which is y equal a parentheses r to the exponent t, all right? Where a is your initial, all right? R is your rate, okay? And t is your time, okay? So what you are going to do, guys, is that you're going to write y equal some initial value, some rate over some period of time. The easiest thing to identify is your initial and your time. So it says the car is purchased for 15,300. That would be the initial cost or the starting cost before it started to depreciate, before it started to lose value. All right? The six will represent the amount of years because it says after 6 years is how long we're looking at when it's depreciating for. Okay? The rate is the only thing you're going to calculate. So it says that it depreciates, all right? Depreciate sounds like decrease, would mean that you're going to subtract, all right? So I'm going to subtract 14.25. However, what am I subtracting it from? I'm subtracting it from 100%, all right? So again, you always say you start off filled with energy, all right? So you started at 100%, okay? 100 minus 14 will give you 85.75, I believe. Yep, so 85.75, all right? However, this is a percentage, okay? And you don't want a percentage, you need a decimal for your rate, okay? So your rate is always a what? A decimal. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move the decimal point two times to the left, like Beyonce. So when Beyonce said to the left, she was talking about rounding, all right? So again, guys, this will be 0.8575, and that's what goes inside of the parentheses, all right? So all I gotta do now is just put this in my calculator, all right? So again, I'm gonna now use my calculator, and I'm gonna type in. So inside of my calculator, oh, I ended up canceling out what I'm gonna type in. So I'm gonna type in what I see down here, okay? So I would type in 15,300, right? Parentheses 0.8575, okay, to the exponent, which is 6, okay? So again, guys, that's what I would type in because that's what I have right here, okay? So I don't need to type in the y because, again, I don't need to evaluate what that, the calculator won't be able to evaluate it if I put that y, okay? So 0.8575 parentheses to the exponent, which is 6. Okay, so I got 6,082.697. So again, I got 6,000 and 6,082.697. So when you're rounding to the nearest cent, you look at the third number after the decimal point. If it is 5 or larger, the number to the left will go up by 1 point. So this will go to 6,082.69 will go to a 70. All right, so 0.70. Okay, so again, guys, just like that. And if you wanted to round to the nearest tenth, so again, if you wanted to round to the nearest tenth, you look at the 9. So again, if you wanted to round to the nearest tenth, oh, let me fix this first. Oh. All right. Okay, so if you wanted to round to the nearest tenth, you look at this 9, all right, and if it's 5 or larger, the 6 will go up by 1 point. Nearest whole number, you look at the 6, okay? So the answer for this, guys, would have been 6,082.70. All right, So again, guys, just like that, okay? So this is a problem all you guys should know very, very well, okay? So let's do this next one. I'm going to use my calculator quite closely, okay? So I'd have 6,007 or 670. That's my initial. Parentheses, my time is 9 minutes. Okay. So it says that we're decaying by 27.3%. Okay. So decay sounds like decrease. I subtract 27.3 by from 100. So 100 minus 27.3, I believe, is 73 or 72.7, I believe 72.7. Yes, I believe that's correct. Okay. However, this is a percentage, and I don't need a percentage. I need a decimal. So I move it two times to the left, like Beyonce. So 0.727. All right. You can put a zero in front of there as a placeholder if you would like. Okay. So again, inside of here, I would type in 0.727, okay? And then I would get 38.00, okay? So it says round that answer. So I got 38.008. It says round to the nearest tenth. So the nearest tenth, I would look at the zero. But is that 5 or larger? No. So the answer would be 38.0 because I would not round up, okay? And 38.0 is just 38, okay? So I can write 38.0 or I can just write 38. Either one would work, all right? So next question, guys. So next question, all right? So for the next one, all right, we're going to do the exact same similar things, guys. Same similar things, all right? So again, I click my calculator because I'm going to use my calculator closely. So 17,000 is my initial. My time is 5, okay? It says I'm growing by 4%, okay? So growing means that you're gonna add. So we're gonna add 4% to how much? To 100, that will give me 104%, all right? Because 100 plus a number is 100 and that number, all right? I'm gonna assume that there's a point right here and I'm gonna move it two times to the left. So again, if you don't see a point, assume that there's a point at the end. So this will be 1.04. Okay, so let's plug that in our calculator, guys. All right, so 1.04. Okay, and we got 20,683.099. Okay, so we got 20,683.099. So it says round to the nearest whole number. So I look at the first number after the decimal point. Because it's not 5 or larger, my answer is just 2,683. Everything after what I underline goes away. Okay? So again, guys, this is my answer. 20,683. Okay, so let's do another one, guys. Do another one. So again, guys, for this one, let me clear this away. All right, so I would have 430. That's my initial. What's your time? The 19, all right, because it says 19 what? Minutes. Minutes would be time. So it says decay by 27.4, all right? So again, decay means I'm going to subtract 27.4 from how much? From 100, okay? So 100 minus 27.4 would be 72.6, all right? So yes, I believe 72.6. However, this is a percentage, and what do I need? A decimal, so I move it two times to the left like Beyonce. So 0.726, okay? So now I'm gonna go ahead and plug this inside of my calculator. So 0.726, and I get 0.980, okay? So again, I get 0.980. It says round to the nearest 10. So I look at the second number after the decimal point. Because it's 5 or not larger, the 9 will go up, right? However, that 9 or point 0.9 will go up to be 1.0, right? Because this 9 will go up by 1, it will become a 10. You'll leave the 0 and carry over the 1, all right? So again, guys, hopefully that did not mess you up right there, okay? So again, 0.98 This 8 makes this 9 go to a 10, so it's 1.0. Okay? So again, guys, just like that. So 1.0 or just 1. Okay? So final question, guys. All right? Because again, once you do 5, it'll be a good little refresher. Okay? So again, let me clear everything away from here. Uh-oh. Here. All right. So I have 24,800 as my initial, okay, because that's the amount the car was at before it started to depreciate. All right. What do you think represents your time? Your time is the 13 years because that's the amount of years that it's depreciating for that you want to find out what the value would be. Okay. So it says it's depreciating by 12%. All right. So depreciate sounds like what? Like decrease. So it means that we're going to subtract 12% from 100. Okay. And I get 88%. All right. However, this is a percentage. I need a decimal. So I'm going to act like there's a decimal point here. Move it 2 times to the left. So 0.88. I can use 0 as a placeholder if I would like. Okay. So again, that's what I'm going to plug inside of my calculator right here. All right. So again, that's what I'm going to plug inside of my calculator right here. So 0.88. Okay. And I get 4,706.807. So again, I got 4,706.807. Right? It says round to the nearest cent. So I look at the third number after the decimal point. Because it is 5 or larger, this will go to 4,706.81. All right. So the 80 goes to 81. All right. So again, guys, just like that. Okay. And I'm gonna show you how you can actually use your calculator a little bit more. All right. This might actually be the easiest application of using your calculator a little bit more. Okay. So I'm gonna do one final example to show you an easy application of using your calculator. So you can use your calculator and do just like what I did here. Okay. But you write 9,000 parentheses 100. Interest is what you're gaining, so plus 7.75 close parentheses to the exponent, which is an 18. Okay, but if you realize it says overflow right here, so what you're going to do is convert both of these numbers, the 100 and the 7.75, to a decimal. All right, because again, we need decimals in here. So I would move the point that's right here 2 times to the left. So 1, 2 would be here. Okay. Move this 2 times to the left. Okay. So again, I'm looking at that 7.75. I move it 2 times to the left. 1, 2. So that would be point. Use 0 as a placeholder. 0.775. So that's what I'm going to replace that with. Okay. So I'm going to replace this. So again, I would delete it, move it 1, 2 times in front. Okay, so again, the point was here before, and I moved it 1, 2 times. Okay, and if you realize it doesn't say overflow anymore, it actually gives me my answer. All right, so the answer would be 34,000. All right, 494.791. So it says round to the nearest cent. So you look at the third number after the decimal point. Because it's not 5 or larger, the answer is 34,494.79. All right. So again, that's the amount the car will be valued, or rather, their account will be valued after 18 years at this amount of rate. Okay. So again, guys, I just type that in, and that is my answer. Okay, so that's another application of how you can use your calculator to try to solve that answer or to evaluate what answer would correlate to what you would need. Okay, so again, guys, just like that.